a Pilates teacher running your own business, I already know what your week looks like. You teach, you message people, you reschedule, you chase payments, you write programs, you post content because you should be posting content, and somewhere along the line there's said you're supposed to be eating and sleeping and functioning like a human. The problem is that you're running a business without enough systems. Pilates is a system, remember. The work is a system, and your business has to be a system too, or else it's going to eat you alive. Now, before we start, a quick one. This channel is about to hit a really important subscriber landmark. And if my content has helped you teach better, hold stronger standards, or run your business with more clarity, I'd love you to show me the love back by subscribing to my channel. And I'll promise you I'll keep giving you the content that really actually matters for Pilates teachers, the stuff that nobody teaches you when you're trying to get new clients. All right, let's go. So let's talk about the top 5 systems that are going to change your life as a teacher. The first thing is that you're going to have to automate your onboarding. Onboarding isn't just about admin. It's the first place that your clients feel your standards. You need a clear pathway that happens every single time they come. Your inquiry, your form, your policies, your booking, your payment, and your reminder. Yes, automated all. Automated the email, the intake form, the policies, the booking link, so that you know that you don't have to keep WhatsApping your clients back and forth. You are not running a service-based business on WhatsApp. So I had a teacher who was fully booked. She was exhausted, but she wasn't exhausted from teaching. She was exhausted from actually messaging her clients. And when we automated her systems, she managed to breathe again, and she managed to enjoy her teaching and get more time for herself. And the second thing that you need to be automating is your teaching product. Now, this isn't all about administration. Automation isn't just coming through software. The biggest automation for you as a teacher is actually the way that you're teaching. So it's very clear that you're not having to reinvent the wheel every single day. That is very exhausting. I see many teachers come to me with a class plan. If you're classically trained, guys, you already have this advantage. You don't need a class plan because classical Pilates is structured. It's organized. There is an order. There is a system. You follow the system. You give the progressions. There's this hierarchy and there's a logic in the way that you're teaching. It's not just random choreography. However, if you aren't classically trained, it doesn't mean that you're left out. No, that's still absolutely okay and possible to automate your teaching ways. You have to be clever about standardizing. How do you do this? The first thing to identify is that if you intend to have different teachers in your studio, and maybe these teachers are from different teaching schools, you're going to need to make sure that there is the same language. They're teaching the same language. And I see this with coaching clients coming to me because they feel that their studio is disorganized. And there's always this kind of favorite teacher that is giving the cues that people like, and she's got a specific style. And then there are other teachers that are teaching the same exercises, but they're calling them different things. So, for example, the going up front on the chair is classed as lunges in some schools. So the exercise might actually be the same, but it's confusing the clients when they're working with different teachers. And then they're going to have to identify, hang on a minute, what's going on in the studio? Which is the right way? Which is the wrong way? And there's going to be this kind of internal competition between the teachers that are teaching at your studio and the clients who are working with different teachers. So you don't have to really live this chaos, guys. You standardize the way that your teachers, including yourself, are teaching the clients. You don't have to get them to have specific class plans on what they're going to do, but documenting the names of the exercises, then knowing that everybody's working from the same page. And there's many other things that you can document when you have different teachers. And at least it's not living in your heads and your teachers' heads. It's something that's structured, that the clients are going to be able to follow. You should also be creating SOPs for your beginner level, intermediate, and even advanced clients. Having a mat order, having a reformer order, and see how they link with other pieces of apparatus. And documenting your programming rules, documenting red flags and referral points. This is quite important, actually. I coached a teacher just a couple of years ago. I remember she was excellent. She was an excellent teacher, but she couldn't even bring in a cover to cover for her because nothing was actually written down. And she had students, she had clients who were so attached to her that she was afraid that when she brings another teacher, then the clients are not going to take the new teacher. So what we did is we documented her structure and everything became consistent. So then she could actually get more teachers in to cover for her and to follow the way that she's teaching and to follow the structure. And that way, the clients progressed better. And she felt that she could stop second guessing herself, second guessing her teachers, and second guessing whether her business is going to succeed or not. And that really was a pivotal point for her. So remember, you as a teacher, you're not selling a session. It's not a session you're selling. I'm not just selling a Pilates class. You are delivering a method, and that is the biggest game changer. The method is going to be what is going to scale. That is what's going to create the transformation, and that's what's going to keep bringing clients back. And the third thing you need to think about is systemizing scope, red flags, and referrals. And this one is very protective. You need to have a written protocol whenever you are looking at scope. What's the scope of your practice? What are the red flags that you need to look out for? And when do you refer out? Because otherwise you're going to consistently live in chaos, and you're going to have to try and figure out and decide whether you work with the client and whether you're going to try and figure out a fancy exercise for them, or whether you really are going to start saying, no, I can't work with you. So you have to decide this in advance. When am I going to modify for the client? When am I going to pause? When am I going to start thinking, look, I can't give you these exercises. I'm going to have to figure out another way of teaching you. Or when do you actually refer out? What isn't yours to assess? And write the language that you know the person you're referring to is going to understand when you are referring your clients out. Because remember that teachers carry too much. We carry too much. We're psychologists, or clients actually want us to be their psychologists or their physical therapists. And anyway, it's too much, right? You're not responsible for things that are outside your remit. And that's why it's important to really work with professionals and refer out to people who are relevant. Professional clarity protects your nervous system, guys. This is so important. Literally, it is protecting you as well as a teacher and as a studio owner. The next thing is that you should be automating your operations, and that is your payments, your cancellation system, and your waiting lists. And if you're having to negotiate cancellations with your clients, and you're having to write on WhatsApp or Messenger and different places, then you're really going to end up very resentful. I know many teachers who absolutely love teaching, but they hate this part of owning the business. So set it once and let the system enforce it. Just automate everything. Make sure that your payments are prepaid packages or pay to book, so they have to actually prepay before they actually come into class. And automate your reminders. There are email reminders, there are text reminders, and automate the cancellations too. You have to make sure that you give them that cancellation window. You need to identify where your cancellation window is and what fees are relevant to that. And also automate your waiting list. So it doesn't have to make you feel like you're this cold horrible teacher. It's going to make you consistent. And the consistency is what is going to keep clients coming back to you, and they're going to respect you for it. The final thing I want to really focus on here is your marketing. Yes, you can automate marketing. You can totally automate marketing with integrity. And this really fits into having a very, very successful business that you don't have to freak about. Many teachers fail on this. So you shouldn't be putting posts on social media saying, DM me if you're interested in this. No, please, guys. Marketing is about educating your clients and scaling that type of education to then get it to return to you as a client. Okay. So how do you do this? You have to have a lead capture, you nurture, and you get the client to book. So you have to create a new client start here page. And that's going to be a page where people are going to find out a little bit more about you, and it's going to educate them on how to work with you. Give them a little bit clearer information about how you operate and an invitation to book. This is going to automate the bits that are going to build your studio. So they come to your page, they identify with you, they know where to go if they're new clients, and they're going to know exactly what to expect in their first few sessions. So then you start automating how they onboard with you, and you can start them on a waiting list. You can start giving them notifications, and you can start sending them the booking link. And then from the booking link, they know how to pay and to have their first session. See, I had a client who had been posting continuously on social media, but nothing was really converting. What we did was help her nurture a sequence where she would automatically send the client to a booking link. So she stopped chasing the clients to book with her. And the right people started booking because the trust was built before the very first conversation that she had with them. That is nurture marketing. So marketing shouldn't feel like you're struggling and you're really having to fight the social media system. It should really nurture people like you do. It should feel calm, structured, and real. So if your studio only works when you are consistently available, consistently firefighting, consistently having to fix things for your clients, consistently trying to hold things together, this is not a business. I'm sorry to say this. This is strain. And it is not gonna last. You are gonna really burn yourself out. Systems don't remove warmth. They actually protect it. Because when the admin is handled and your standards are documented, you are going to be so relieved because you're going to have the energy to teach better, to teach properly, and to do the part that you absolutely love. So if you want support in building these systems around your standards, I'd invite you to book a discovery call. I've got a link below. Just going to take you to a short call with me to identify whether we can work together and when I can help you with your business. And of course, I'd also invite you to subscribe to my channel because this is going to be the way where I can identify with working with people who really truly want to build a sustainable business and in a business where they can feel supported and feel that they are truly creating transformations for their clients. If you did like the video, please hit the like and subscribe. And don't forget to ring the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a video online. Until my next video, guys, goodbye for now.